America's great fortunes span the nation, from Oregon to Rhode Island, Montana to Texas. But the wealth isn't spread evenly from sea to shining sea. Over half of the 400 richest people in the U.S. live in one of 4 states. These 4 billionaire havens are home to 240 of the wealthiest Americans, worth a collective $2.6 trillion. The top state for members of the Forbes 400 list isn't sunny Florida or low-tax Texas. In this video, we are going to explore the top 10 U.S. states that are home to most of the billionaires in the country. These states might surprise you, so keep watching till the end. Number 10, Michigan. Kicking off the list with Michigan at number 10, with 8 billionaire residents calling it home. The state's wealthiest person is also perhaps its biggest benefactor. Dan Gilbert and his business, including home loan giant Rocket Mortgage, have invested $5.6 billion to purchase and rehab a swath of buildings in downtown Detroit as part of a plan to create 24,000 jobs. Other notable Michiganders include Doug, Hank, and Mark Meyer, with $5.3 billion each, of Grand Rapids-based grocery chain Meyer. Marian Ilitch, with a net worth of $6.60 billion, also calls Michigan home. She is the co-founder of Little Caesars Pizza and owner of the Detroit Red Wings NHL team, the Tigers MLB team, and Motor City Casino Hotel. Number 9, Nevada. Next comes Nevada at number 9. And although this state too has 8 billionaire residents, their collective net worth is more than that of Michigan. The richest resident of the Silver State fittingly got her gold from casinos. Her late husband Sheldon Adelson headed Las Vegas Sands, which formerly owned the Venetian and the Palazzo, but has since sold out of the Vegas Strip in favor of Macau, China. Nevada is also home to 3 women on the Forbes 400. Walmart heir Nancy Walton, Lori, with her $9.3 billion, aerospace billionaire Aaron Osman, boasting $3.7 billion, and Panda Express co-founder Peggy Cheung, netting $3.1 billion. Number 8, Washington. No state besides Nebraska, which is home only to Warren Buffett, has more wealth per Forbes 400 member than Washington. Its listees are worth a staggering $54 billion each on average. That's because 3 of the 9 Americans who are worth more than $100 billion live in Washington. The state is home to the second richest person in the world, Jeff Bezos, with $202 billion. Steve Ballmer with $157.2 billion and Bill Gates with $134.1 billion are also residents of Washington. Number 7, Georgia. Number 7 brings us to Georgia with 10 billionaire residents. The 3 children of Chick-fil-A founder S. Truett Cathy now run the fried chicken business their father founded in an Atlanta mall in 1967. Other Peach State Forbes 400 members include 2 pairs of co-founders, Bernard Marcus, $9.8 billion, and Arthur Blank, $8.2 billion, who launched Home Depot in 1978. Georgia is also home to Dan Curzius, $5.3 billion, and Ben Chestnut, $4.9 billion, who created the email marketing firm MailChimp and sold it to Intuit in 2021 for $12 billion in cash and stock. Number 6, Pennsylvania. Another set of 10 billionaires call New York their home. Yas, a New York native, got his start when billionaire Izzy Englander sponsored him for a seat on the Philadelphia Stock Exchange in the early 1980s. Now, Yas's trading firm Susquehanna Group is headquartered in the mainline suburb of Bala Cynwyd. His co-founder Arthur Danchik, $7.3 billion, also lives in Pennsylvania, as do part owners of the state's 2 NFL teams, Jeffrey Lurie, $5.4 billion, majority investor in the Philadelphia Eagles, and Thomas Tull, $3 billion, a minority partner in the Pittsburgh Steelers. Number 5, Illinois. Number 5 brings us to Illinois, which hosts 13 of the Forbes 400. Lucas Walton, heir of Walmart, is the richest in the state with more than $24.2 billion in fortune. The state's governor, J.B. Pritzker, $3.5 billion, and heir to the Hyatt Hotels fortune, is the 326th richest American. He isn't the only political-minded billionaire in Illinois. His sister, Penny Pritzker, $3.3 billion, served as U.S. Commerce Secretary under Barack Obama. And power couple Elizabeth and Richard Wheeline, $6.6 billion each, are among the nation's biggest Republican donors. Number 4, Texas. We have Texas coming in at number 4. The Lone Star State is home to the richest person in the world, Elon Musk, a businessman and investor known for his key roles in space company SpaceX and automotive company Tesla Inc. His fortunes? A whopping $232 billion. A third of Texas's richest residents made their money in energy, including oil and gas tycoons Autry Stevens, $24.3 billion, Richard Kinder, $7.5 billion, and Trevor Rees-Jones, $6.9 billion. Others struck it rich in fields such as technology, computer magnate Michael Dell, $98.1 billion, food and beverage, Tito's vodka-founder Burt Beveridge, $7.2 billion, and finance, banker Andrew Beal, $13.8 billion. Number 3, Florida. A top billionaire retirement destination, Florida is home to scores of entrepreneurs who got rich elsewhere, then moved to the Sunshine State for some low-tax fun in the sun. That includes former New Yorkers like hedge fund manager Paul Tudor Jones, $8.1 billion, and Paychex founder Tom Golisano, $5.6 billion. Californian Russ Weiner, $4.8 billion, who founded Rockstar Energy Drinks, and Michael Jordan, $3 billion, who became a basketball legend in Chicago, got ultra-rich investing in the Charlotte Hornets NBA team in his home state of North Carolina, and now lives on a Jupiter, Florida golf course designed by PGA great Jack Nicklaus. The richest in the state is Ken Griffin, the hedge fund manager and founder of Citadel LLC, with more than $35.4 billion in fortune. Number 2, New York. Most New York billionaires made their money on or around Wall Street in finance and investments, including Bloomberg, Blackstone co-founder Steven Schwarzman, $39 billion. But there are also media magnates such as Rupert Murdoch, $21.7 billion, and Donald Newhouse with $11.6 billion, real estate investors such as Stephen Ross, $10.1 billion, and Jerry Speyer, $3.1 billion, and fashion and retail billionaires such as Ralph Lauren, $7.5 billion, and Estee Lauder heirs Leonard, $15.4 billion, Ronald, $4.7 billion, and Jane, $3.4 billion, Lauder. Number 1, California. California's billionaire class is as big and diverse as the Golden State. There are 40 tech billionaires, including Meta's Mark Zuckerberg, $177 billion, NVIDIA's Jensen Huang, $118 billion, Broadcom's Henry Samueli, $15.2 billion, and Henry Nicholas, $10 billion. There are 17 finance and investment moguls, including Charles Schwab, $9 billion, and Michael Milken, $6.5 billion. There are 10 real estate titans, including Donald Bren, $18 billion, and Rick Caruso, $5.3 billion, who lost a bid for Los Angeles mayor last November. And naturally, there are 5 entertainment stars, including David Geffen, $8 billion, George Lucas, $4.9 billion, and Steven Spielberg, $4.8 billion.